Hey guys, Rick here from Tort Life. Got an exciting time with you here. We're here at Treasure Coast Tortoise King, and we got a special here we want to share with you. Come on, follow me. We're over with my friend Shawn, and today we're going to be covering, grow your own food. I mean, in today's day, when you're having, a lot of tortoises, you're a breeder, you want to make sure you have your own food, and this guy got it now. I mean, he got it down pat. Come on, let's go. So, we got a little overcast weather today, but man, Shawn's always at it. And as far as I'm concerned, I see him as one of the best, if not the best breeder that I know. I personally have learned so much from him. He's mentored me for many years. And so we're gonna go and show you. We're at his place, and so, hey Kuna, how are ya? How are you, girl? She's always greeting me, it's great. Hey baby, hey, let's go. All right, hey Shawn. Hey man, thanks for having us. Kuna's all excited, man. We love coming out. I know a little overcast. Love to see you. All right, man. Yeah, so today, thanks for having us over. Today we're covering about growing your own food. So want to get started with you, but man, give us a little tour. Show us what you're up to. I know you got all kinds of stuff going on.
So today what we were going to do, I've been getting a lot of, on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, we're getting a lot of people asking because I did a video about growing your own food. And a lot of people are like, well, how do you propagate like cactus pads or like the mulberries? So what we have here, it's not a big tree, but I can still do plenty with it. This is a Pakistani mulberry. They love the leaves. They produce a long, almost like a raspberry looking type of fruit that they also like, and people like them too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we do it here. I'm going to take one of these branches and I'm going to make two out of this one. So what you want to do is cut kind of on a diagonal.
Okay.
And then I pull all these leaves off. I'm going to hand them to you because we're going to
we're going
to repurpose these leaves.
Got to use everything we got, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They love them.
You bet.
We get that one. And
I can say this, my Pakistani is not as nice as this one. Mine actually looks like this.
So what we'll do is we'll cut it right in the middle, right about there.
All right.
All right, so now we got two Pakistani mulberry cuttings.
Wow.
And then also, I like to grow okra. If you look here, like this here, okra.
Now, how does this work with the okra? I know it's a challenge. How do you harvest this? How do you know it's right? Because I know people have asked me before too. Like, how does it work with the flower, with the leaves? What are you feeding? What's the process?
South Florida okra grows great, even in the like super hot climates and stuff like that. Just needs full sun and a lot of water.
Okay.
But it's actually a part of the hibiscus family. So everyone knows that that tortoises love hibiscus leaves. Not only tortoises, but like all kinds of different cyclura, iguanas, Euromastic lizards, stuff like that. They love hibiscus. Right. So it's basically a hibiscus that produces an okra. If you look at a flower right here, once it flowers, the flower will die off, and then it'll fall off. Sorry about
Just a plane go by, no big deal.
Once the flower falls off, then the okra grows up and actually grows really quick. So within like 3 or 4 days, the okra are ready to harvest. They're like 3 inches long. And not only do we like eating them, but the tortoises also like eating them. And then just, we got the Mexican petunias. These here.
These are the purples.
Yeah, they grow.
Okay.
They grow these flowers that the tortoises like. We got Cletus and Wheezy.
Black Mountains, yeah.
This is our Black Mountain pen. They've got a pretty cool setup here with their own little house and pond.
Yeah, these two are really awesome. Hey, Shawn, and those that are watching, the Mexican petunias, I know Shawn has, like me, the purple flower, the pink, and the white are absolutely edible, and they're like automatic feeders.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll eat. She just ate this morning, but she may. See if she wants. Hey, girl, she's a little more picky.
Yeah.
Just throw some of those in there.
She wants I think she just wants a little scratch. That's what she wants. Spoiled little brat. You want a scratch. See, that's what she wants. She's like a dog. I'm telling you. Look, she just stopped. She just wants a
And
scratch.
look at Cletus over there is getting
He's like,
jealous.
yeah. Oh, yes, baby. I know. She's a good girl. Like a dog.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over here. Let's see what we got. And I'm excited because I know you've been working on this and been doing this for quite a while. I mean, what kind of time and effort are we talking to really get something up and going like this?
So I work a full-time job. So
Right.
This is like Saturdays today. This is my like kind of work around the yard day, get stuff planted, get stuff, you know, situated, trim back. So Saturday, pretty much half the day I spend in the morning just tending to stuff, tending to tortoises. I clean out the ponds,
Sure.
tortoise ponds.
Sure.
I'll you know, clean up these are our juvenile baby
Nurseries there.
outdoor nurseries they all have heat pads for the winter time, just kind of like at your place and your setup. So you know, trim back some of these elephant ears. These elephant ears here, not only do the Black Mountains love them because they're native to where they come from.
Okay.
But the redfoots also like.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. They're pretty easy to grow. It's the taro root is basically, you know, what it is, and it grows into the large elephant ears.
And just so we're clear, just real quick, those of you who are watching this here, the Pakistani mulberry tree, where can they get it? And full sun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full sun, make sure it gets water.
Okay.
If you got those two, then and they really do like water. They grow very well if you've got a lot of water to them. But when they're smaller, you want to keep the soil moist, but not too
Sure.
bad. But we'll show you how we set up that. And I'm also going to do some cactus pads.
All right, yeah, awesome. Come on, let's go check this out. This is, guys, this is going to be really awesome. Wait till you see this. All right, Shawn. People are like, what are all these pots and flowers and plants? You got to give our viewers
All right.
a little, you know, rundown.
Okay, so this is like our little garden area. It's not just for the tortoises, but for us. But like right over here, we have Everglades tomatoes. So they're actually a native tomato to Florida. So they do very well. They're tiny. They're smaller than like a cherry tomato, but once these things get going, I mean, it's hard to knock them back because they go crazy. And then in here, we're doing different stages of okra, different types of okra. We're experimenting with some burgundy okras and some orange okra. And then we've got over here, we've got some collard greens. And these here, if you look down at these potted plants here, these are all mulberry cuttings that we've done.
Jeez.
So
Unbelievable.
and actually, I just planted. None of these had any leaves on them a week ago. So they do very well. And then once they start to get a little bigger, I'll move them up into like a 3-gallon pot,
Okay.
and then I'll let them get pretty well rooted in there before I plant them in the ground.
So real quick, with these here mulberries, it's the leaves and the fruit that they can eat, all that, no problem.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, show us what you got going over here. I see you got a little station. Can you
Yeah.
show us some stuff?
Yeah.
Excited to see this. What do we got going here? What's this here?
So this here is just like coconut bark.
Okay.
I use this just so because the holes in the bottom
Okay.
kind of covers those up, but it still lets it drain. So what I want to do is leave those here for now. Like you can see some cactus that I've already started propagating. And
Right
you can
down
see-
over here. Wow.
You
Look
see
at
how it
this.
starts to.
Yeah.
And for your baby ones, these newly little pads coming up, they're super tender, and we love those.
What's the time frame of those little things to sprout out once you plant? Would you say?
It depends.
Okay.
And I always plant 2 pads in each gallon pot, because sometimes if you look at this one, like sometimes they don't
with their
thrive.
own. Yeah.
So, but usually they both do, but sometimes they don't. So we'll get some cactus pads. I like to get kind of old growth cactus pads,
Okay.
and we got a pretty good one over here.
All right. Come on, follow us. This is
We got
cool.
a cherry pen.
Hey guys, I don't normally do this, but I know Shawn's gonna say it's okay. You want to see something sweet? Check this out. Look at this beautiful neck and everything. My goodness,
That's Dixie.
this baby is gorgeous. Yellow around the eyes too.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't find that often, do
Yeah,
you?
no. So she's got all the traits that I I think that I really like in a cherry head. She's got the marbling, she's got the red neck, she's got the yellow rimmed eyes. I've actually got, I think about 6. So she's already laid 2 clutches this season already. So.
And her neck has a real thick black pattern in it too. Just
Yeah,
beautiful. Man, goodness.
Yeah, she's cool. You got Mongo coming out of the hive over here.
Yeah, we love Mongo. He's kind of like the mascot of the cherries. Yeah.
Yeah. This girl's got probably another 2 years, but you can tell on her.
Look at her.
She's got the neck color, she's got the eye color, she's got the marbling, she's got it all.
Hey, why we have this? Because a lot of people I know message me. They say, "Hey, listen, what is this little white lines here going? Is that growth? What is that?"
Well, on a regular redfoot, and I get that question all the time. If you look at the white lines here,
Yep.
that just means she's growing.
Awesome.
And some have a marbling trait. Mostly the true Brazilian cherry heads have the marbling trait, and that's what we also like to look for. And,
While we're at it, one
babies.
more, because they're all beauty. But
This is the matriarch.
Yeah.
This is Edith. She was an original import probably 25 years ago as an adult
Unbelievable.
from Brazil, back when they could still import from them. But she produces some really, really pretty babies.
She's busy right now.
On the rock, dude, she looks like she's on a mission.
Yeah, look at this. This is awesome.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pick some old growth cactus. You don't want to try to plant the newer ones.
So what are we looking for?
This is a newer one.
Yep.
Because you can tell on this, it has like these little tiny, they're soft.
Yep.
So that will tell you that it's a pretty new growth one. Just throw it over in there and
That'll be
somebody will on
devoured.
it in a minute. So I like to look for old growth like this one here.
Okay.
You just nip it off like that. You got another one over here.
Okay. Awesome.
So we'll go back and we'll show people how to. Very simple. It's not like there's any tricks to this. Anybody can do it.
Move her out of the way. Oh my gosh, she's heavy. She's like a brick. Cinder block.
Let's see if she goes to. Yep.
Yep, look at this. Guys, they absolutely love this here. Let me give you some. Come here. Let's see if we can get someone else after this. What you want? Oh, she's like, no. I'm gonna go on a run. Who else can we get? My goodness.
Mongo probably.
Where's Mongo? Oh, there's Mongo, my buddy. This guy is something else. But they're just busy today, I guess, huh? He's going after it. He's gonna go after it. That's Mongo. Fearless tortoise, right?
Yeah, Mongo is he's a true Brazilian, but he probably in his early stages of life, he probably didn't have the proper setup. I was able to pick him up, and he lives a pretty happy life here. He's got a harem of females to choose from, but he's got the really, really deep red color.
Yeah.
Just like my other male, Archie. I don't know where he's at right now, but.
What a beautiful tortoise, and he has such a personality. Every time I come out here, he's just something
Yeah,
else.
he's one of those that'll follow you around.
Yeah, and unbelievable. Look, they're just going crazy after it. Awesome. This is just awesome. So, when it comes to, you're going to pick these things, and you're going to show us how we go ahead and get them started, so we can grow these all over the yard, right? Is that what we're doing, or?
Yeah. So, this is like a 1 gallon pot.
Okay.
So I like to put a little bit of this coconut bark in the bottom, just to keep it from the soil.
Like a filter.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'll just fill it up with some soil like that.
Okay.
And this is just like, I use that jungle. I can't remember the name. It's like jungle. It's like a mixture. It's got a little bit of
All kind of potting soil, fertilizer, like kind of.
So basically, I just shove them in like this. Get them deep enough in there to where they're going to stand up on their own. Then I'll put a little more. Actually, I'm going to put a little more of this cocoa bark on top.
Stability, yeah.
Yeah, and it just holds a little more moisture.
Yeah, smart.
And there you have it. It's as easy as it gets. And then probably, usually within about 2 weeks, they'll start to sprout some stuff. So then on this one, this is going to be a mulberry.
All right.
So what I like to do with the mulberries is, this stuff you can order. It's like $6. It's
Yeah, why don't you show that on the camera? See what this
It's
is.
Root Boost. It's like it's a rooting hormone.
Okay.
So I've had really good success with it.
Okay.
I don't know that it's completely necessary to do, but we do it. And so basically what I'll do is I'll take one of these mulberry cuttings, and like the last inch of it that's going to go in the ground, I'll just scrape it off like that.
Wow. Okay.
And then I dip it, get a good coating of this hormone on it, and we'll just stick it in.
And away we go.
Yep, and we'll do another one.
I need to see this real quick again. Root Boost.
Yeah, there's several different brands. That's like the cheaper one.
And I think this is kind of the stuff you were using.
Yeah,
Jungle Growth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jungle Growth. Okay, perfect. Got it. Got to make sure we get the right thing for our viewers, you know.
So there you have it. That's as easy as it is. I'll water it in, and within a week, it'll start sprouting. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Guys, this is awesome. I mean, Shawn has this mastered, as you can see. I mean, you start doing this and growing and keep after it. Next thing you know, you're not going to the store anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to the backyard. That's your store.
We still like to supplement, and it's kind of like a treat for the tortoises. But like once a week, I'll throw them some Missouri tortoise chow.
For the protein and all
Yeah,
that other
yeah,
stuff.
because I mean,
the balance.
I'm not someone who tries to supplement with like calcium and stuff like. Cactus pads have plenty of calcium in them, and I also, my wife, she boils a dozen eggs every week for my lunch, for my salads. So I always take the eggshells and throw them throughout the yard, and they eat that also as like an extra calcium. Some people use cuttle bones, stuff like that, but if you're given a good variety, a lot of these things, hibiscus leaves, cactus pads, it has calcium in it. So if you're feeding a good variety, you don't really have to supplement anything.
Well, why do I have it here? I've heard a little bit of back and forth. I know some breeders have fed these. Curious, just because I know people are going to ask me, like, what is he doing? Is he feeding these? Do you or no?
Calusia.
The Calusia. I have tons of these as well, but I haven't seen my eat them.
I like them just because they grow so well. I have seen the tortoises eat them, but it's not like it's not a staple for them.
Okay.
So they're just good cover.
Yeah, nice shade.
Some shade. Well, this is one of my
Oh, look who's out.
This is
Come over here and take a look at this one. This baby.
is Marbles. Marbles is actually a product of Archie and Edith, which are like deep red cherry heads. But every now and then you get one that's all yellow. I mean, just look at the marbling on that one.
Beautiful.
But this tortoise is 5 years old.
The tiny thing.
And it eats more than any other tortoise that I have. It's a slow grower. She's can't wait to see when she gets bigger.
Gold.
What's going to happen, when she's a breeding size. She's even got some yellow neck color on her too. If I can, she's just being a little shy right now.
There it goes. Wow, look at that. She's a beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Can't wait to start a project with her, but man, it's just taken a long time for her to. She's just a really slow grower.
Shawn, what would you say to the person that's watching today? We have a ton of followers, as you know. A lot of people reach out to us. What would you say to the person that says, hey, what's my first step? What do I need to get started when I go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart? What's the first step?
So, I hate playing catch up when it comes to...
We'll wait, let this take a while. I think I got the air show coming or something this weekend.
I think the biggest mistake people make is they go to a show or they go to a pet store and they see this, redfoot tortoise and not knowing where that tortoise came from. There's a lot of people in the industry that they'll buy up everyone else's clutches and then they put them together and then they've got a good name so they sell. But I don't like mixing anything. I don't sell anything that I haven't produced.
Right.
Or me and Rick we're right down the road from each other, so we know our conditions are. Our protocols are always good. We never introduce anything new. unless it's been quarantined for minimum 3 months, because RI, which is respiratory infection, is everyone who's in the tortoise world knows it's almost like a death sentence, and it's very expensive to take them to the vet and the shots and stuff like it's awful. So we try to avoid as best as we can introducing any of that into our stuff. So,
and usually with RI, to your point, when we notice, they're already almost gone. So there's certain things that
it takes about 90 days for if a tortoise has RI for them to show actual signs, and then once they show signs, it's just pretty much too late.
Yeah.
So we try to avoid that, and that's why I don't. The pet stores have their purpose.
Yeah.
And some of them have great protocols, but you go to these big chain pet supermarkets and stuff like that. You don't know where they're getting their stuff from.
500 in the box and 100 live.
Yeah. and there's really, as far as redfoots go, there's absolutely no need to buy imports.
Yeah.
I mean, there is enough breeders out there to support the trade.
And while we're at it, guys, Shawn, how can someone get a hold of you if they want to get baby redfoots or see you're doing?
I have an Instagram. I think it's the Tort King, and my Facebook is Treasure Coast Tortoise King.
Tortoise King, yep.
And I don't ship anything, so
right.
I do a couple shows. We're located here in Stuart, Florida. Call me up. We can schedule an appointment, stuff like that. But yeah, back to your question.
Yeah.
Have something ready. Luckily, we're in South Florida, so we can do this outdoors here. Everything that I have stays outdoors. When it gets wintertime, if you want to pan over to that box over there.
Let's take a look over here real quick.
I know you have similar setups at your place. I use these cane heat mats. These boxes are insulated.
Yep. 1 inch.
Yeah, I use 1 inch insulation. But once I close this, we've recorded temperatures 42 outside and 80 degrees inside.
Yep.
So just make sure she's going after your toenails.
Our great film person Heather is taking care of us today.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. She may lose a foot,
but if you're fortunate enough to live in an area like this in South Florida where you have a climate that's conducive for these guys, do something outdoors. But if you have a baby, make sure it's protected from any predators, because I mean the number one, especially around here, thing that we worry about is rats.
Yeah.
Rats will definitely eat baby tortoises. Raccoons, skunks, bobcats, coyotes. We've got everything. We've got all that stuff here. Once they're this size, I haven't had any losses through predation.
Right.
But I also have. We all met Kuna. Kuna pretty much keeps them safe. So.
Yeah, this place is totally.
But if you don't live in Florida, there are a lot of videos out there for like outside steps. And Marvel's eating a flower over there.
Yeah, Mexican petunias. They just drop. It's like an automatic feeder. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
He goes to town on some food. But if you don't live in Florida, you don't have a climate where you can keep them outside. Everyone, says, "Oh, I'm gonna buy an aquarium." Aquariums are like the worst thing for tortoises, because if they can see out, they're gonna try to get out. So I like the tortoise tables, and there's all kinds of videos out there. I know Kenan does some cool videos on tortoise tables and stuff like that, and the different type of lighting and stuff that you would need to keep them indoors if you live in a climate, further up north where it's not real conducive. I don't like misting. Some people use misters
or foggers.
Yeah, they're just breathing in, moisture, and that's not what they need. Substrate with moist substrate in a section of their. I like to have a dry covered area, and then a moist area for them to, thermal regulate themselves. So.
Right. And I love all the grazing here. You got the perfect setup for the grazing and dry area.
I like to have a big enough area outdoors where they're not going to decimate all the grass.
Yep.
So that's why our pins are pretty big.
Oh yeah.
If it's too small, it's just going to be dirt. So we, in the wintertime when the grass doesn't grow real well, I'll throw a bunch of rye grass seed around, and that stuff grows great in the winter, and they like that too. So
cool. Well, what a great learning experience today. My goodness, that's awesome. Marbles is still looking for food. It's a he, right?
No, that's
It's a
she's,
she,
a,
yeah,
she's,
okay.
she's a female.
Yeah, look at her. She's just doing her thing. Well, guys, hey, listen, Shawn, thanks so much
Yeah.
for letting us come over your place.
Absolutely.
Everyone, listen, you got to be growing your own garden, your own food supply. If you're a breeder, just a hobby, whatever it is, grow your own food. Take these tips and tricks. Like, share this video. If you have any questions, reach out to Treasure Coast Tortoise King, Tort Life. We're here to serve you, coach you, see you through every step of the way. Be well, everyone. Thanks.